What's going on, guys? It's Yugi Bros, and another duel video is right around the corner. So today we're playing Red Eyes, and I'll be honest, before we tested this, I thought, oh, it's crazy, we got Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, and Red Eyes Baby Dragon. They're both crazy. It finally makes Red Eyes playable, but what I did not consider is that it makes Red Eyes really playable. And we'll showcase this obviously in the duel video. Red Eyes Baby Dragon, new card out of the new box, says if it dies by battle and sent to the grave, you can special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, and if you do, equip this card from the grave to it, it gains 300 attack, and if this card is sent from the graveyard while equipped to the monster, you can add a level 1 dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Pretty wild stuff. Gearfried says once per turn, if either player equips an equipped card to this card, you can destroy those equipped cards, then destroy one spell or trap your opponent controls. The other effect is once per turn, you can send one equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the grave, then target a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your grave and special summon it. Both cards are crazy. We're using the Forged Steel skill out of the last box. It was the Night Shroud skill. It says once per duel during your main phase, you can change the name of one Red Eyes monster or Dragon normal monster you control to Red Eyes Black Dragon while it is face up on the field. That basically means that Red Eyes Darkness Dragon can summon itself a little bit easier than just hard tribute summoning it over a Red Eyes Black Dragon. And then Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, you control gains the effect, which is once per turn during your main phase, you can special summon one dragon monster from your grave that can be normal summoner set. So it's like a watered down Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, so to speak. They're on Switcheroo. They're not on Magician's Act, and they're not on Now You See Them, because both of those we tested are just so incredibly bad. Like, they're very situational. You need to open Dark Magician. Act forces you, if you don't open Dark Magician, to throw a Dark Magician in your hand for one of the other cards. And you normally don't want to do that. And Now You See Them, you have to have at least 2 or more Dark Magicians to activate it. And that never comes up. That just never, theoretically, will never come up. So we're just on Switcheroo because it's the most generic way to, if you have Dark Magician, throw it back in the deck so it makes Dark Magic hurt in live. We're going to set Red Eyes Baby Dragon and pass because, honestly, it's not even a bad turn 1. Then draw to Offerings of Doom. They're going to activate the Dark Magic Curtain, paying half their life points, special summoning a Dark Magician. Keep in mind they cannot summon other monsters the turn they do this, but they can set. So they're just going to set 3 back row and go to battle phase, have Dark Magician swing into our Baby Dragon, which will trigger. Its effect lets us summon our Gearfried, and because then Red Eyes Baby Dragon's effect activates, it was sent, it'll equip to the monster, which immediately triggers this Gearfried, sending the equip to, let's hit a random back row, let's hit this one, and then Baby Dragon triggers again because it was sent while equipped to add a level 1 dragon from deck or grave to hand. We'll add a Black Metal Dragon. And we did so much on their battle phase, right? It's crazy that we're in that era now where speed duels can do stuff in their battle phase. We're gonna start out our turn here with Black Metal's effect, which says you target a Red Eyes you control, a Red Eyes monster, I should say. Equip that monster from your hand or field to that target, gain 600 attack, and if this is sent from the field to the grave, you can add any Red Eyes card from deck to hand. Gearfried will immediately trigger here. Keep in mind, Gearfried is actually a you can. You don't have to do it here, but we're going to because we want to out the back row. Let's roll again, even odd, and I guess we hit odd. That'll destroy Dark Renewal, another new card from the box. Says when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, target one of those monsters and a spellcaster you control, send both to the grave, then special summon a dark spellcaster from deck or grave. This will probably be really good for a while. Black Metal is going to trigger here because it was sent to the graveyard, and we'll add Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. And if you can see where this is going, we're going to then Gearfried again, since he's only a soft once per turn, not a hard once per turn. Put that Black Metal on it, use it immediately, pop this back row, which is Widespread Ruin, new art by the way. And then this Black Metal is going to trigger because this also isn't once per turn, and this is why the deck I think is insane. We're going to add Red Eyes Baby Dragon, I guess is collateral, I'm not really sure. We don't really need it at this point. We're going to change one of our Gearfried's names into Red Eyes Black Dragon, then tribute it off for this Darkness Dragon because that is its summoning requirement, and then Forged Steel gives it the effect to reborn a dragon monster from our graveyard that can be normal summoner set. So we're going to bring back Red Eyes Baby Dragon, and then we're just going to set this Book of Moon, the Spirit, and go to battle phase and have, oh yeah, that's also a thing. He gains 300 for every dragon in your grave, so he's gaining 600 attack here. This is 3k, and it's just going to punch over this Dark Magician, and we're just going to swing for game. So they're electing us to go first, so let's go with the best open turn 1 in this deck, set Baby Dragon Pass. I'm going to draw into Offerings to the Doomed. They're going to activate Dark Magic Curtain. Wow, this feels a lot like the last game. Summon out the Dark Magician, except this time they're going to switcheroo the other Dark Magician in their hand. Drawing Dark Renewal, setting Dark Renewal, and Offerings in passing. That's probably smart on their part if it was a Baby Dragon. We're going to flip the Baby Dragon. They're going to immediately Dark Renewal. Just kidding, they can't. It only works on normal or special summons. So Flip Summon doesn't work, but Offerings to the Doomed sure does, so that'll get rid of our monster and prevent it from going off. Then we'll normal a second one, and this is where they're going to Dark Renewal. Sending both to the grave and special summoning a Dark Spellcaster from deck or graveyard. That's really a good way to out our field. We're just going to set Spirit and pass. By the way, Spirit summons any Red Eyes monster from the grave, not just Red Eyes Black Dragon. So you can see we're still in line here. They're going to normal Skilled Dark Magician. That is then going to prompt them to go to the battle phase. Skilled Dark will attack directly. We're going to activate our Red Eyes Spirit, bringing back our Red Eyes Baby Dragon. And they're going to Dark Renewal it. So all of a sudden, it just ends up being game on their part. They just swing for 5,000 and we can't stop it. God, Dark Renewal is such a crazy card. Anyways, we're gonna have them go second this time. They're gonna shuffle a card in, hit the Dark Magic Curtain, use it, pay 2k, bring out Dark Magician. God, it's like we've seen this rerun already or something, right? They're going to set Birthright and Book and pass. They're going to put Dark Magician in defense. I think that's smart on their part because we could like normal the Baby Dragon and crash it. And I would imagine they did that because they didn't have a Dark Renewal, which, keep in mind, if someone does this and they don't have Dark Renewal, that might be a telegraph that they don't have a way to stop you. But we're going to set the Baby Dragon anyways, set a Spirit anyways, also as a bluff. And then they normal Breaker, which I don't think we've seen this whole match so far. We didn't realize they were on that, so we're going to lose this Spirit, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Then they're going to switch their monsters to attack and pass. So that's interesting because now it's like, wait, do they have Renewal? Or are they just goading us into attack? They got Offerings, maybe? We're going to draw in a Foolish Burial. We're going to activate that, bring our Red Eyes Baby Dragon to the graveyard so that Spirit in hand ends up being live and then passed back. They're going to draw into Widespread. They're going to normal Skilled Dark Magician, setting then the Widespread, and they've got a full field, guys. Widespread, Birthright, Book of Moon, Breaker, Dark Magician, Skilled Dark Magician. Skilled Dark, a new card out of the new box, says that every time a spell is activated, place a counter on it. When that spell resolves, max 3, and then you contribute it with 3 spell counters to special summon Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or grave. All very, very good spots to summon it. Curtain, why couldn't you be as cool? Why you have to say the deck only? They're going to swing into the Baby. We're going to then trigger our Baby. We're going to summon out another Baby before then equipping this Baby to that Baby. Another Baby, Wingle. And then they're just going to pass. They've finally learned how to play around us. It's crazy. We're going to normal this Gearfried. They're going to immediately Book a Moon that. So, okay, I guess this Black Metal is going to get equipped to our Red Eyes Baby Dragon. That is now, I think, 21, right? Gains 6 here, 3 here. Yeah, 2100 Red Eyes Baby Dragon. Not so much of a baby anymore. Also, they get a counter on their Skilled Dark because of Book of Moon. We're going to swing into that Skilled Dark. They're going to Widespread Ruin. I'll be honest. I didn't consider that. And so we're going to lose a hefty amount of advantage. Just kidding. We're going to search twice. But we do lose Baby Dragon, which is a little unfortunate. We're going to add Black Metal off Baby, and we're going to add Gearfried to Red Eyes Iron Knight off Black Metal before passing back to them. They're going to draw into another copy of Birthright. They're going to shuffle it for their skill. Drawing another Widespread, setting it, might as well, right? They're going to then go to battle phase, have Skilled Dark swing it over our Gearfried, have Breaker try to swing in for 16. We're going to Red Eyes Spirit out the Baby. We've seen this rerun, right? I feel like we've seen this rerun. And they're just going to pass. I mean, they're playing it smart for sure. We're going to draw into Cosmic Cyclone. Pay 1,000, shotgun this, randomly hit even or odd. What we got odd. Let's hit the Birthright, not what we wanted, especially if they have Dark Renewal. We're going to normal Gearfried, and they let it go, so okay, they don't have it. We don't know what they have. We're going to equip this Black Metal, use Gearfried's effect, send the Black Metal, pop their back row. Okay, it's Widespread, looking good, looking good. We're going to Black Metal here, adding Darkness Dragon, then we're going to use Forged Steel's effect, turning our Gearfried into a Red Eyes Black Dragon, sending that for Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. We're going to then use Red Eyes Darkness Dragon's effect that Forged Steel gives it to bring back a copy of Red Eyes Baby Dragon. We're going to switch this Baby Dragon to attack mode. Also, this thing's getting 900 additional attack points due to the 3 dragons in the graveyard. Definitely strong enough to get over anything our opponent has. We're going to then go to battle phase. Have Baby swing over into the breaker, not over the breaker, into the breaker. We're going to take 400. That triggers our Baby, summoning Red Eyes Black Dragon from the deck, and then equipping Baby, and Baby gives it 300 attack. So now that is also stronger than this Dark Magician. Then this Baby's going to swing into that breaker. We're going to take another 400. They're not once per turn, though, so we're going to summon Gearfried, equip the Red Eyes Baby from the grave to that Gearfried, also giving it 300, so it's now 21. And then we're just going to, you know, punch, punch, and punch. This is 800 over that, 33 over 25. This is 27 over 19, also another 800. And this is 21 over 16 for 500 for game. I bet you didn't see that coming. At least not that turn. So the deck. This is something. This is something. 2 copies of Red Eyes Black Dragon. I feel like 3 is unnecessary. You could play 3 because we are playing the chick, and we can get the chick back from the graveyard with the Baby Dragon, but I just don't really see a point. 2 Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. For the longest time, we tested this with only 1 because we could search it, and we were like, why would you ever need a second one? Well, we've proven in these duel videos now why we needed a second one. It's kind of nuts, but the card is really good. I can't believe I'm saying that about this terrible card. Normally terrible, insane with Forged Steel. Forged Steel, baby. Card's crazy. 3 Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, and 3 Red Eyes Baby Dragon. These are the heart and soul of the deck, along with 3 Black Metal Dragon, which finally gets good targets to search. Thank God. 1 Black Dragon's check. It's not a Red Eyes card, but you can still search it with Baby Dragon because it adds a level 1 dragon, not a Red Eyes Dragon. You can't search it with Black Metal, but it is what it is. It's still decent. You can send it on the field to special summon a Red Eyes Black Dragon from the hand. 1 Red Eyes Wyvern. I know this never came up in the game, but theoretically it's a decent card to have in the deck, especially with cards like Foolish Burial. Wyvern does say you can banish it from the grave, target a Red Eyes in the grave, special summon that target, but you can only do that on the end phase of a turn that you didn't normal summon or set, so it's a little situational, but it's a decent recovery. Carboneton is kind of the same thing, although it facilitates quicker Red Eyes Darkness Metal plays, where if it's in the grave, you can banish it to special summon a level 7 or lower dragon normal from your deck in face-up defense position, as you've seen how that can be relevant, then bringing out this immediately. And just in general, it's a good way to facilitate another Red Eyes. 1 copy of Rhoda, because these are warriors, which is great, so we're just playing 4 copies of this. 1 Cosmic Cyclone and 2 Book of Moon are our 3 of 3s list cards, because they're just the best generic cards, I feel like. 2 Foolish Burial. It does literally everything for the deck. Wyvern, Carboneton, dump a Red Eyes to bring it back, dump either one of these to bring it back with Spirit, and then 2 Spirit. You could play 3, I understand an argument for that, but you've seen how fast this deck is already. I don't want to brick on 2 of these. I understand, like, it's never a brick if this is in the grave, because you can just keep spamming it, but, you know, I think 2 was efficient enough by itself. In the side deck, it's a lot of random stuff. 1 Hammer Shot, in case, you know, they just happen to have bigger stuff where you need to provide faster annihilation. It's also decent against Dark Magician in the situation where if they have something like Dark Renewal, you get the monster off the field, and then, you know, they can't use Renewal. We can't play Offerings because our one of in this deck is Rhoda, according to the ban list as of right now. 1 Stamping Destruction. In theory, this is just another MST, but it does 500, but you have to have a dragon, but, like, when do you not? 1 Anti-Magic Arrows. There could be an argument for 2. Like I said, the side deck's pretty wide open, but it's just one of those things where you use it to just ensure game. 1 Justy Break. This never came up, but in theory, it's Mirror Force. If you have a normal monster on the field, keep in mind, though, it destroys all attack position monsters that aren't normals. So this might be an easy swap in the future for something else. 1 Champion's Vigilance also didn't come up, but in theory it's really good if you have Red Eyes on the field. And then 1 Dragon Rage. We bring this in against the decks that really throw in the defenses, and I understand you could also play like Shield Crush in the deck generically, but this gives all your dragons piercing. And that can be real relevant. As you've seen, this deck can spam the board super easily. As I've said in several videos in the past, you can shave down that, you can shave down that, you can shave down that, you can shave these out of the deck completely, probably that too. And then you have a 20 card deck, but I just love having different options available to me at all times. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Can we add more to it? Could we pull some out of it? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next Duel video. Peace out.
For more amazing speed duel content, subscribe to Yugi Bros. It's time to duel!